When is the last time you and Angela talked?
We don't talk.
But what about when we were all in New York together after everything happened and
Let me tell you,
came to New York, you personally came to check on her?
Look, I communicate with you and your brother more than her, right? She want to live her life, live her best life, and do that. But I don't want to be a part of it. Because I feel like it's more harm than good. I literally just deleted everybody off of my social media. You know that once upon a time, it was very real.
Yeah.
She was serious with somebody else. She went to New York, went to the whole, I ain't gonna say no names, but you know who she keep running back to. I'm just saying, as a woman, the people you choose to be with, that says a lot about you. And I just think she's in a position where your sister don't have to do certain things, man. But you know Angela, she likes that camera. Even the way your sister moves, I don't want to be connected to it. Like, I don't want to be that guy on Shade Room being messy. Your sister, NBA players, taking pictures like she's social media models. I'm like, you Angela Simmons. You don't have to do all of that.
What is going on, guys? Before this video, I'm probably going to play some audio of a clip from Growing Up Hip Hop. It's a show that features Romeo, Angela Simmons, and it may include Bow Wow this season. I'm not sure. I haven't watched the last season or two of Growing Up Hip Hop. They have a Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta, which is what the show Bow Wow is on. But be that as it may, I have watched the first couple seasons of it. I'm a fan of Romeo, his father, what they've been able to do. Romeo's a guy who maximizes every opportunity that he gets. You know, he has that business savvy. And he's also a guy that has his head on straight. You know, he doesn't have any kids out of wedlock that we know of. He's not out here getting into messy relationships because, you know, he had a father in his life. He had a father who instilled values in him, who instilled, you know, working hard, seeking to achieve and avoiding the pitfalls that a lot of young brothers tend to fall into. Which brings us to Angela Simmons. Now, y'all know I did a video about Romeo rejecting Angela Simmons as far as wanting to be her friend. Because let's be real, she has this guy in the friend zone. She's had this guy in the friend zone. And he knows that she's been playing with him, that she doesn't take him seriously. There was a time where he really wanted to date her, and she chose to date her kid's father. And we know how that situation has played out. And we're gonna get into it, but make sure y'all like the video. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Okay. Also, make sure you go and check out the video that I did about Romeo and Angela, which is on my other channel. The link will be in the description as well as the comment section as well. Also, you can join the channel as a member. Just look in the description box. All the links are there, you know. But this situation, to me, it just shows you why Romeo has been able to stay out of BS and Bow Wow has managed to stay in BS, because one had a father in his life and the other one didn't. And they were both in the industry pretty much for the same amount of time, you know. But I think that Romeo has adjusted to being an adult. He's adjusted to life outside of being known as a child rapper or, you know, a celebrity as a kid. Bow Wow has taken a while for him to adjust to that. Even though he's done things outside of music, I think he is still to this day struggling with it. And I feel like Romeo gave a very red pill response to Vanessa Simmons, who is Angela Simmons' sister, who wants to know why he isn't communicating with Angela. But he basically said he was getting rid of people who was in his life that wasn't bringing any value. And I think a lot of us as men have to do that. We have to get people out of our life who bring no value, because all they're going to do is bring down our value as men, you know, which is why I make the content that I make, you know. And as long as we're able to bring people in our life that bring value, we're going to have happier and successful lives. You know, and just from the audio that I'm gonna play at the beginning, if I can't, then I'll probably just put a link to it. You know, Romeo was basically speaking about how, you know, she decided to date somebody else, how she keeps going back and forth to Bow Wow. He didn't say Bow Wow by name, but, you know, they played a flashback clip of her speaking to Bow Wow. And that's what happens, man, because honestly, as quietly as it's kept, I truly believe that Bow Wow is more Angela Simmons type than Romeo is. Romeo is the nice guy, the good guy, quote unquote. And she likes men who have more of an aggressive attitude, who may be a bit of a narcissist, because she comes from a good girl image. She wants to break out of that. And even Vanessa talked about in this clip, she talked about how, because they are, daughters of a preacher, they're held to a different standard, and she doesn't like that. I can understand that, but at the end of the day, her father was still a rapper. He was still in the music industry. It's not like people are acting as if though she's supposed to, be married by a certain age, have a family, dress a certain type of way. But when you're on Instagram and you're posting pictures, and I'm going to put a link to it because y'all have got to see this picture, man. There was a picture that a guy posted on his stories, and it's of Angela Simmons with multiple pictures, right? It looks like she's holding a camera, and she's wearing an orange jacket, furry jacket, and she has a bag of Cheetos between her legs, as if he basically looks like there's nothing in the middle, and she has her legs open, like she is definitely man spreading or female spreading. And the caption was, the guy captioned, "I don't think I ever imagined my face being a bag of Cheetos until today." And that was courtesy of Angela Simmons. You see, you may be the daughter of a preacher, and you may think that you're being held to a super high standard, but when you're posting photos like this, people are gonna be like, yeah, I thought you were raised differently than this, because even some IG models haven't gone this far. Not only top of that, she's a mom. Okay, when dudes who may be Romeo, guys who are, bit clean cut, guys who are about business, or guys who are a little more laid back, when they see pictures like this, do you really think that those guys are going to see Angela Simmons as marriage material? And again, I'm going to put a link to the box to this photo that y'all got to see, man. Do you really think that guys like him is going to see her as marriage material? No, he's going to see her for what she is. She's a female who's basically running from her good girl past. That's not who she is. She's the rebellious type. You grew up in a structured environment and you rebel. And I think that's what Angela is doing. She was, quote unquote, a virgin for a while. And then she ended up getting with the guy she got with. That pretty much just shows you that either she wasn't, one, and she was, not being truthful about it, or two, she was waiting for the type of guy that she's always been into, which ended up being her kid's father. Romeo wasn't that guy. She did not want to lose it to Romeo. I don't think Romeo is her type. I think that Romeo is the type of guy when she's had her fun, when she can no longer get the men that she, used to get, then she wants to go back to Romeo. That's what it's looking like to me. It's looking like it's a situation where she wants to be able to, again, have her fun, do what she wants to do. But when it's time to be serious and be in a stable relationship, then she wants to go back to Romeo. And I think Romeo now understands that, and he's staying as far away from her as possible, which might be the best thing that he can do, because it doesn't seem like she's serious about dating him. Now I will say this though, Angela seems like the polar opposite of her sister. Her sister is more serious. Her sister seems more mature, even though she is older, but she's not about getting on Instagram and showing her assets off or having a bag of Cheetos in between her Even though I mean she might be doing it. I mean, if y'all are following Vanessa, maybe y'all have seen differently. But what I see from Angela is a female who, as Romeo has said, she likes the camera. She wants to be an Insta thizzot. And that's what it seems like. What she wants to do. Nobody's saying that Angela has to be a good girl. Nobody's saying that Angela has to be super conscientious of her reputation, because most women don't care about their reputations when it comes to how they dress. They only care about their reputations when it comes to people holding them accountable for how they display themselves, or they only care about when it comes to how many guys they've gotten with. Have y'all noticed that you have women that want to dress a certain type of way, they want to act a certain type of way, they want to be dancing all over their Instagram with hardly anything on, but when their names are attached to dating certain guys or getting with certain guys, they will immediately deny that, even though it may be true. I always found that very interesting. But I just think that Angela's in a situation where she wants nothing to do with being Rev Run's daughter. She wants to basically belong to the streets. That's what it seems like to me. I think Angela is she's gone. The good girl image is gone. Okay? The good girl image is gone. It ain't coming back. And I think that there was an opportunity for Romeo to date her, right? But I think that time has come and gone. I'm not saying that Angela Simmons is a bad person. I'm not saying that at all. She seems like a cool person. I've always liked Angela. I have nothing against her. But I just feel like she is going down a bad road. And I think it's because she is addicted to the attention that she is getting. But she is not getting good attention. She just isn't. She may think she's getting the right type of attention, but she isn't. The way you are viewed by a lot of men these days do matter, because you're going to want these guys to want to date you. You don't want to be, in your 30s and 40s and been ran through and now all of a sudden now you're bitter because certain guys aren't showing you attention anymore. You have to look at how you have, displayed yourself. You have to look at how you carry yourself. That doesn't mean that you can't dress in a way that you want. You can. But like I say, y'all got to see this photo. You got to see this photo. You know what I'm talking about. But you have to understand that people can still say, you know what? I'm just not feeling this. I just don't feel this. I don't, I just don't see as wife material. Don't take it the wrong way. I just don't see as wife material, but again, this is the route that Angela's choosing. We can't sit there and be super critical of her, because again, this is the route she has taken. Okay, this is the route that she has taken. This is the route she chooses to go. Okay, but she has to understand that people are going to judge her a certain way. I think there are a lot of women who aren't going to care, because they may want to do what she's doing, or they may do what she's doing. But if you want men to take you seriously, if you want men to see you in a respectful manner, I'm not saying that men should be disrespectful towards women in any way, shape, or form. But people are going to treat you according to how you view yourself. That's how they're going to treat you. And for her to get on the Breakfast Club and talk about how Romeo's not keeping his promises, he said he'd be there for her. I'm pretty sure, you said you'd want to be with him too, and then you got with who you got with, and nobody even suspected that you were dating this guy, probably because you were dating him for a while and you were ashamed of him. And then when you got pregnant, you had to do something quick. So you go public with the relationship and you do a marriage, which means that you probably was dating this guy and you probably was having relations with this guy for a long time. I believe she was having relations with this guy for a long time. And it only came out, when she was with child. Because if you notice the pictures of them together being public, she seemed like she was very much so about to have her kid. So I think that she was dealing with this guy while she was talking to Romeo. I think while she was talking to Romeo, I think she was still dealing with this person. Unbeknownst to Romeo. Unbeknownst to Romeo, I think that she was dealing with this guy. And I think that Romeo just said, you know what? We look at the type of guys you're into, not only, your kid's father, but also you go back and forth to Bow Wow. Whenever Bow Wow shows you some attention or wants your attention, you go running back to him. Do you know what that does to a guy? When the woman that he's interested in is going back and forth with another guy who some people say you may have had a rivalry with. And I do believe they had a rivalry with each other. They may be cooler now, but when you have Romeo even saying that she's going back to this person, just by in the manner how he spoke of it, there still could be a bit of a rivalry there, and she might be in the middle of it now. I think that Angela's just more attracted to Bow Wow and his personality than she is in Romeo. And I think that Romeo has just never gotten over that. I don't think he's ever gotten over that. So that's just my take on it. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I'll leave a link to the other video I did about Romeo and Angela Simmons. Also, I'll put a link to that photo that y'all need to go see to believe. And that's it for me, man.